Hey everybody, this is Muffin with the Daily Biker Podcast. Just here to let y'all know the opinions and ideas expressed in this show are those of the hosts and their guests, not to be confused with their partners and sponsors. Now, let's get it on.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, and you guys are listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You're gonna love it.
That would be much, much better.
We'd be building a commune out there.
The entire town.
The entire town.
Mow it all down.
I mean, what are you going to mow down, like 2 trailer parks? Oh, no.
We're going to have, what we would have is, I would have, like, our own Nürburgring.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely. We'd have our own track.
Yes.
Sounds
There's
nice.
the space for it.
Oh, really? out in Whitwell? You mean there's things out there?
And we would have an awesome entrance to our town.
Yeah.
Suck Creek.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, depends on which way we go in.
We would come in from River Drifters.
Every day.
Every day we'd go to River
Every
Drifters
day.
and eat.
This is a peacekeeping mission. We're going to River Drifters.
It's in the city, so we'll go over there and make peace. Anyways. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Biker Podcast. My name is Marcus and I'm your clueless leader. Today we are going on a learning journey. I got Miss Muffin with me.
Hey, y'all.
And I got old Scarface himself.
Hey there.
That's the voice of Daniel. Keep giving them nicknames. So I guess we'll do this. Say hello to my little friend. So on last episode, Daniel gave a piece of advice, which was don't ride in shorts.
Yes. Do not ride in shorts. 99% of the time, you'll be just fine. It's that 1% of the time where it doesn't end up very well.
So we're saying dress for the slide, not the ride.
Yes, that is what we were saying.
Okay, here's what it is. If you ride in shorts and you burn your leg on an exhaust pipe like I've done multiple times, blah, blah, blah.
We've all been there.
We've all done it.
Even just backing up into it in the garage.
You fall over and get a scratch on your leg, as we'll refer to it.
Yeah.
Understand. You wore shorts. There are times where we're having a big party at the shop. I'm outside. I'm in shorts. When I get ready to go home, I just jump on the bike and go home.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm done. I know the risk. I know the inherent risk of that.
Yep.
Okay. But, that being said, so y'all understand, we had a fantastic time at our luau party at the shop.
We did.
And then, Daniel met some very nice people on his way home.
Yeah,
from the shop.
they were extremely nice. They gave me a piece of their bumper and a $100 bill.
Yeah.
And it was just an overall pleasant experience. And I love meeting foreigners like that.
Yes. So, that being said, to all of you who have expressed concern, just kidding, Daniel. No one has sent the first message asking if you're okay.
I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't expect. Well, Marcus, people would actually have to listen to us to express
that's true.
concern.
Right?
So,
all 3 listeners.
a small engine Honda made contact with Daniel's large engine Honda.
Yeah, pretty
You
much.
said they were in a Civic, right?
No, they were in a white SUV, but I mean, probably.
Oh, I thought you said they were in a Honda Civic.
No, it was either like a.
I was like, so the car that hit you had a smaller engine than you did.
Well, I mean, knowing the SUVs nowadays, that's quite
possible.
possible.
Okay, so Daniel got bumped into.
Yes,
by an Asian family in an SUV.
that is correct.
That didn't speak a whole lot of English.
They did not.
And they were saying, "Oh, sorry," threw him a $100 bill and left.
Pretty much. They gave me the thumbs up, though.
So
That was they knew that. That's a
They
universal
knew
sign
that.
of okay.
Yeah, Daniel was saying, "I'm okay," didn't mean leave.
Yeah.
So engine guard replaced on one side because where it made contact with the vehicle.
Well, engine guard replacing on both sides because of the bike made contact with the vehicle on the right side. That was the one that was bent in and then fell on its left.
Right, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
So one side engine guard replaced because of contact with the vehicle. The other side replaced because of where it made contact with the ground and slid a little bit.
Correct.
So outside of a bruised ego. And, this has literally been
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. Daniel had some road rash on his leg. It's fairly healed up now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still there. It looks like a bad blister. You would not think it's road rash if you saw it.
Yeah, it looks like I have some disease or something.
Yeah. So the little scar above it and the little scar on your ankle look more like road rash than the main majority of your leg.
And
it looks like you burned your leg, is what it.
Which
looks
I mean,
like.
that's what road rash is essentially.
Well, I mean, it looks like a physical heat burn or a chemical burn or something like that. It looks like Stephanie attacked you with iron.
Which, I mean, is also highly likely. I may have not been in a motorcycle accident. I'm just doing work to the Valkyrie just for funsies and trying to not get Stephanie in trouble for abusing me.
This is not Daniel's first motorcycle accident.
Nope.
This is not anywhere close to Daniel's most serious motorcycle accident.
Nope. I know. It's the...
I was about to say...
In recent...
It's been a long time since you've had a motorcycle accident.
A serious motorcycle accident.
A serious motorcycle accident. Because it definitely could have been a lot worse.
If there was a car coming in, because of the way that I made contact with the other vehicle, myself and the bike were pushed into the direction of oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
If there was a car coming the other way, it could have ended very poorly for me.
Well, thank God for newer vehicles. If it had been a metal bumper, you would have probably lost your leg.
Yeah.
Well, even wearing pants. That's
there's a certain amount of risk that we take.
Yeah, don't want to go into all of that, but that's kind of the nature of the beast. If you ride a motorcycle and don't realize that you can get seriously hurt.
Yeah. I mean, I will say...
I'm not going to ride motorcycles with you.
Yeah. I will say, fortunately enough, though, the way that the Valkyrie, with the flat 6 configuration, it would also have to break off the engine head, which, I mean, it's definitely possible.
It's 100% possible.
Well, but I'm saying, like, there is more motorcycle between me and something, as opposed to, like, the Harley, where your leg's out there. You have the crash guard, and then your leg.
Yeah.
Yes.
So... Not, in an incident like that, like if you ran into the back of my truck, that'd be it.
Oh, you're talking about like if any bike ran into the back of your truck, that'd be it.
I'm just like if you just run around the back of my house too quickly, smacking that diamond plate bumper.
That's gonna hurt.
Metal bumpers.
Yes,
that's gonna hurt.
No mix.
It was
new vehicles, ABS plastic.
Yes, which is why I was able to take some of their bumper with me. But yeah, unfortunately, they decided to leave prior to me even getting the motorcycle up. So that, very unfortunate circumstance. But I was able to get the bike righted again and ride it home on the mend. It looks, I can't be an ass model anymore, unfortunately. But
so. Trying to think of. So, one of the big good things about this is full coverage insurance.
Yes, absolutely. Full coverage insurance. I mean, they're taking care of all the repairs that I need to the bike. The bike is currently in the shop getting a mechanical assessment to see if there's any mechanical damage to the bike. Being a shaft drive motorcycle.
I mean, we're talking if that engine shifted any.
Exactly.
Now, throw off everything.
Like I said, I was able to ride it home, but that doesn't mean anything.
Correct.
I had adrenaline going through my body at the time. I may not have noticed something. It seemed to ride fine, but I don't know. That's why it's getting a mechanical assessment, and once that gets through, we send that into insurance, and they will, as of right now, they've been taking care of everything. So
it's kind of funny talking about getting a proper mechanical assessment on your motorcycle. Someone the other day on one of the motorcycle forums had posted about how they'd been in an accident, they rear-ended a vehicle, and they were trying to see if anyone had knowledge of how to see if the forks were good.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, and it was on a Honda. I was like, hey, why don't you go to the Honda shop? It's like $100 for a wreck estimate.
Yep.
They will tell you everything that needs to be replaced on the motorcycle, and then you can make judgment call on there. It's cheaper to do that than you to try and figure out without proper knowledge if your forks are good or not.
Well, you stick a ruler on it, and if it's not straight anymore,
So, what I'm saying on that,
Does it still have the forks?
I'm not saying this because I work at a dealer, because I don't care what brand you're on. If you get in an accident and you're not sure, even if you drop the bike sitting still in the parking lot, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
If you slide on your motorcycle at all, take it to a dealer, pay that little bit of a price, because here's the other factor too. In case you don't understand how insurance works, if you've never had to file a claim on a motorcycle or a vehicle, you can't just go, hey, this is what's wrong with it, cut me a check. They're going to make you take it to a dealer to get that done already.
Yeah.
So how much time could you potentially waste when you could have just took it to the dealer? Now, for us, if someone brought a bike to us for a wreck repair, okay, and so you contacted insurance, you're like, hey, I'm taking the bike up to White Lightning, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Most of the time, that'll all get wrapped in, your wreck estimate and repair and everything would all get wrapped in as one bill. Now, if you have a deductible, you pay your deductible and insurance covers the rest of it. But
or insurance will take that out of the check that they're going to cut you, because that's what they did to me.
Right. You're not having to come out of pocket $100, or in some parts of the country, it's a lot more than that. Some parts of the country, it's $150, $200.
Yeah.
But you're talking about, and when I say take it for a mechanical inspection, nothing against the guys that can tear apart a bike in their garage and put it back together. Nothing against that at all.
No.
Dealerships deal with this stuff so regularly that legitimately pushing the bike inside that might seem fine, a mechanic might be able to go, well, I can already tell you the triple tree's crooked or something like that. I mean, they literally deal with this stuff so much. There's times where I've gotten on a bike at work and I've been like, man, these handlebars feel like they're bent. The tech will get on it and be like, no, the bushings are shifted on the handlebars or something. It's like, oh. Yeah. Because they know, they can see, they can go, well, the handlebar feels bent, but let's check this real quick. Those types of things.
And when you're dealing with insurance, having a motorcycle shop, whether it be a dealership or another type of shop, directly contact them, say, these are the things that we saw. You're going to talk to the shop throughout the process.
Yeah, explain it. When you talk to the shop, they don't need a 5-page essay. Yeah. But let them know what happened in the accident. I was hit on this side of the bike. I slid on this side of the bike. Or I went around a corner and slid. Or
because, you know what to look for.
Right.
Understand, they know certain areas to pay attention.
If you're new to riding, what's the difference between a high side and a low side. Those types of things. One of the best things you can do, though, is know how your motorcycle rides. Because after the accident, if you can't pick your bike up and ride it down the road, you're immediately going to be going, this feels different, this feels different, this feels different. Yep. Best way to deal with all this is to avoid an accident.
100%. I wouldn't suggest having an accident.
Yes.
Highly not recommended.
Everyone in this room has been in a motorcycle accident. Heather with the least severity. Yeah. Dropping the bike while riding it in the parking lot.
Yeah. Oh no, her bruise looked worse than my leg.
That is still a motorcycle accident.
That is a motorcycle accident.
I have.
Stephanie's dropped the bike.
I have, yeah. I have slid into a car on Russell Boulevard when I worked at the Honda shop. I had a car pull out in front of me. I locked it up and literally slid into the car. Fortunately, the bike kind of started sliding out like it was going to low side. Yeah. And I met the car before it could low side. Didn't damage anything. Hurt my leg. My leg went out. Yeah. And hit the car first and kind of jammed my hip and stuff. So had that. The Deluxe. I had the Honda. I don't know if I've went into the detail on this one or not. I was behind a car in slow traffic in the number 1 lane. Number 2 lane was clear, so I moved over to the number 2 lane and picked up the pace. And as soon as I did, the Honda that was in front of me decided they also wanted to go to the number 2 lane. Yeah. So I contacted their corner of their rear car. Just scratched my fork leg, but did several thousands of dollars worth of damage to the Honda. But the police officer wrote down in his police report, because he asked what happened. I told him. So he wrote in his report that
the car contacted you.
Well, no, that the car came into my travel path.
Yeah.
The thing about it was we were on the interstate.
Yep.
And I hit the rear part of the vehicle. So constitutional, by law, me making contact with the rear of that vehicle, it would be my fault.
Yeah.
But with it being wrote as car came into the travel path, he was citing nobody at fault and let insurance companies hash it out.
Yep.
And my insurance company just went, he came into his travel path. If you want to take this to court, we will. And their insurance company said, nope, we're good.
Yep. I mean, that's essentially how mine went down, talking to insurance, explain the incident. You are technically at fault because you hit the rear of a vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the incident occurred because of their driving, their action.
Mm-hmm.
Had they not done what they did, none of this would have occurred. So,
yeah.
Go
this is something, I don't like talking about accidents.
No, it's not a fun topic to discuss. Something we all hope to avoid.
Yeah, people talk about, well, I had a friend that got killed in a motorcycle accident. I have rode my motorcycle to the funeral home for friends that have gotten killed in motorcycle accidents.
Mm-hmm.
I've rode my motorcycle in funeral processions for people that got killed in motorcycle accidents. I helped do traffic blockade for a friend that I knew my entire life that got killed in a motorcycle accident. That me and his brother, and when I say I've known him my entire life, legitimately
since the 1700s.
Yeah, me and his brother are about 2 months apart in age. We've gone to school since kindergarten. He was a year younger than his brother, and we lived 4 houses apart from each other. So I legit knew the guy my entire life. He should not have been on the motorcycle he was riding. It didn't have rear brakes.
Mm.
And his brother knows that too. We've had those conversations about, we all miss Brian very much.
Yep.
He shouldn't have been on that motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
So, I get it. People get scared. I do want to say, though, don't let an accident scare you, because if you let something happening like that scare you, you're never going to live your life. You got on a motorcycle to ride a motorcycle for some reason or another. So, and if it's because you want to ride a motorcycle, don't let it scare you. Ride a motorcycle, live your life, because there's not a single one of my friends that I've lost on motorcycles that would want me to stop riding motorcycles.
No, absolutely not.
I know this because one of the friends that I went to his funeral 2 months after me and him went to another friend's funeral that got killed in a motorcycle accident.
Mm.
So, and he made the statement at that time. He goes, I wouldn't want anybody to stop riding if something happened to me.
Yeah.
Something happened to him. Car pulled out in front of him. But he was flying.
Yeah.
Too.
I mean, those are the risks that we take riding a motorcycle, and then riding it in a way that we enjoy. There are risks out there.
Yeah, when I slid sideways into the car on Russell Boulevard, I was probably running 65.
Yeah.
Speed limit's 40 on Russell Boulevard.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very fortunate that my accident happened somewhere between 30 and 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Could have been significantly worse had
Speed
I
limit was 10, but
She's a 10.
So there I was.
So I think what happened was...
I mean, it could have been significantly
It
worse
could
if
have
I
been
had
worse.
added speed or, been running what we normally run in that area.
I don't know where you were when you had the accident.
Bonnie Oaks, under 75.
I come through there usually about 40-ish.
Yeah, I mean, we were leaving that light
Yeah.
right there.
Mm.
So, accelerate like everybody does. And, But that's what I'm saying. There's no one ever wants to be in an accident. No one wants to hear about other people being in an accident.
No.
But as soon as I could put pants back on, I was back on the bike.
It's part of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me,
It's a calculated risk.
for me, I believe in God. Not to get preachy on here, but I believe in God. And for me, I think the Lord has a plan, and when it's your time, it's your time. So it doesn't matter if I'm riding my motorcycle 100 miles an hour or if I'm standing in the shower.
More likely in the shower.
Yeah, that's true. More likely in the
For
shower.
me, it would be the shower. I have to have the grippy things on the floor.
For me, it's going to be stairs.
And my old man stool.
Stephanie used to use baby oil to shave her legs in the shower.
Oh,
so I'd get in there and I'd
For me, it's going to be stairs. I call this now. It's going to be
Well,
stairs.
yeah, that definitely you.
I mean, for an example on that, okay. General George Patton, okay, lived into his 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Went through 2 wars.
Yep.
He literally had a bounty on his head. The enemy wanted him dead. And he died in a car wreck stateside.
Yep. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. I mean,
So-
look, I'm not going to stop doing what I enjoy.
Well, you know, more recent times, Chris Kyle.
Yeah.
You know, he literally there. If you've seen the movie American Sniper, you know he had what was it, like $20 million or something like that for his death or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, he gets killed in a shooting incident, but it was stateside where he was trying to help somebody.
Yeah.
So it was not dealing with the times that he honestly should have.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at statistical probability,
Yeah.
not that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not that.
So, that being said, we're going to move on past this. We encourage all y'all to ride safe. You know, if y'all do have an accident story and want to tell it, send us a message. Send us a message on Facebook at The Daily Biker. You can send us a message on Instagram at The Daily Biker Podcast. Or you can send us an email at the dailybikerpodcast@gmail.com and let us know, because sometimes, you know, you don't have anybody in your circle to talk to about what you experienced. Maybe you experienced something and it's got you shaken up and you want to talk to somebody. Shoot us a message.
Absolutely.
So, now, moving on to new life.
New life.
So, before...
Oh, that's a moment where we need the video.
So, we were talking before we came on here about some things that I'm doing. We were talking about generational stuff and talking about the next generation. You know, we've talked about it on here multiple times. If we don't focus on the next generation of riders, you won't be able to ride. You might still have a motorcycle in 60 years. You might still have the same bike that you have now in 60 years. It's old classic and stuff like that. But stuff could happen. I know it sounds crazy, but stuff could happen where you can't ride your motorcycle unless it's on a private closed course or certain states or stuff like that, because there are places in this country, in the United States, where you cannot ride a motorcycle. I know this because Daniel's parents have a condo at one of them places.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's private property.
Yeah, but what if...
Yes.
What if your dad had a motorcycle and he wanted to take it there to a house that he owns? He can't. He's not allowed to.
Just got to get past the Gestapo at the front gate.
Correct. But there's nothing saying that couldn't happen further. I mean, there are companies. Most of the time, people hear it with sports teams, but there are private companies out there that when you sign contract, you cannot ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
You can literally
can't do risky behavior.
I know football players that have signed contracts that can't ride motorcycles, can't go on a boat,
no skydiving,
can't ride a roller coaster, no skydiving.
Jeez.
I mean, literally, like, they tell them, we're paying you this much money to play football for us. When you're not playing football, you sit at home and play football on a computer.
Yeah.
They can't do anything. But there are companies out there that do the same thing, because I have met people that have worked for companies and their position won't let them do risky behavior because they're too important.
Mm-hmm. None of us here will ever have to deal with that. But
no, I'm not that important.
If we ever got to the point where we were paying ourselves to do this podcast, we would still be riding motorcycles because that's kind of the job.
Just kind of have to.
Kind of have to.
Well, we haven't ridden motorcycles in like 10 years. We're just going to report the news from
We
now on.
kind of pigeonholed ourselves into motorcycles.
Well, this risky business here.
Yeah. But anyways, the next generation. You know, for me, I have a great opportunity to do this. And one of the reasons why I want to talk about this is because if you have ideas that could help me in what I'm going to be doing, shoot them to me. I just gave you all the ways that different contact us. So me being the marketing manager at the dealership in Chattanooga, I have the opportunity to meet people in a lot of different capacities. One of those capacities is one of the local high schools has a marketing class. That marketing class, the teacher rides, so they know the brand, they like the brand, and we partner with them. We've been partnering with them long before I came to work for the dealership, and we've continued that partnerization. Well, this upcoming year, we're expanding that partnerization, and they're going to be following along with the dealership for the entire year, not just for a couple months like they do now. Literally, they're going to get a taste of what it's like to deal with some of the roadblocks and stuff that I have to deal with when it comes to marketing. That, some of these roadblocks to me, it's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Some of them it's frustrating. Some of them it's, is it doable? Yeah. Got to find a cheaper or easier way to do it though. Because we don't have an endless budget. Yeah. I can't go pay $15,000, $20,000 for a band. I don't have a way to, if I did pay for a band, like some of these dealerships do that. They pay for a big band. I don't have a way to stop people from coming to see it for free.
Yeah.
I cannot block off my parking lot because I don't have a way to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can't have an event that's pay to enter.
Correct. The way our setup is done, I can't not have an event that's pay to enter. For anybody that's on the East Coast or Southeastern part or whatever that's ever been to Smoky Mountain Harley Davidson, Daniel, I don't think you've had the chance to go up there.
I have been up there before.
Okay, so you have, where they have their concert venue, it's behind a fence.
Yeah, it's separated from everything else.
Yeah, and the properties on both sides of it belong to the guy that owns the dealership. He keeps those parking lots on lockdown during the event. The closest place that you could get without having to buy a ticket is on the road in front of the dealership, which is a major highway.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get.
You're not getting in there for free,
and you're not going to be able to see anything either because the way that it's designed, you cannot see the stage.
Yeah.
Unless you're in the concert venue. So.
Now I'm definitely going to be curious because we're talking about high school students. We here are all far out of high school.
Yeah.
We've been out for a plethora of years.
With that being said, I did adopt an idea from last year.
Which idea was that?
So, when it comes to booking bands, for those of you that don't realize, a cheap band these days is $1,000. Here, for us, it's probably more expensive in other parts of the country. But a cheap, house band, two guys.
Something local.
Local. If I got it on the low side, it's somebody I know, I might get it for $500. Like the guys that, Evan Kennedy that plays at Bike Night.
Yeah.
I could probably get him for $500.
Yeah.
Okay. But I just spent $500 for him.
Mm-hmm. What is that?
And if I booked him at $500 for every single one of our parties,
that's $500 you can't spend on other things.
It's $500 you can't spend on other things. That's a party in March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and October.
Yeah.
So,
you're looking at a couple $1,000s every season. $5,000 every season for a band. $5,000 to $10,000 every season.
Correct.
Which is a lot.
For a band that, there's some people that are going to go, oh, I want to go see him. But you don't see his name on a piece of paper and go, oh, I want to go see him.
Yeah.
So that's the other part about it. When you start getting to that point where the stranger sees the name on the flyer and goes, oh man, that'd be cool to see him. You're then starting to talk about $2,000, $3,000.
Yeah.
So one of the students had said, hey, why don't you get a DJ? Okay.
DJ iPod.
DJs are $500 each time. But you know what's not $500 each time? We spent $750 one time bought an entire DJ setup. I don't mean turntables. I mean, I've got 2 uprights.
Which is a shame.
I know, we need some turntables.
I've got 2 uprights.
DJ remix.
And a sub. I've got my mixer board, cables, all this stuff. And we built it on a cart. If you ever come in the shop, you would never even notice it's there. You'd see the cart, but you wouldn't realize what it is. That thing, Daniel helps me. We'll roll it outside in front of the shop.
Plug it in.
Hook up the iPod. I'll pull the board out, hook the cords into the board, pull the iPad out, plug the iPad up.
He's actually running off a Zune.
Yeah. Go to Spotify. I've got a paid Spotify account. I'll create playlists for different stuff. I've literally got a playlist that says White Lightning, WLHD St. Patty, WLHD
4th of July
party. Yeah. Well, WLHD patriotic.
Yep.
So like the 4th of July party, a lot of will have some patriotic stuff. But I've also got a band.
Yeah.
For that event. This is a big event. We're trying to make it our biggest event because we're going to have a fireworks
Speaking
show.
of that, this episode will come out before that party.
This episode comes out tomorrow. So if you're listening to this, that being said, yes, thank you, Daniel. If you're listening to this, July 1st, 6 to 10 p.m. at White Lightning Harley-Davidson, I have, because of my connections, got a recording artist that now costs twice as much as what I book him for because I booked him 3 years in a row. He loves us to death. He's literally, I mean, according to Heather, he's got something for me because he came by the booth 3 times at TMM going, where's he at? Where's he at? So, but it's really cool to have those types of connections. So, award-winning Nashville recording artist Clayton Q. If you're not sure who he is country music a little bit.
That was good. Here, just hit the button on the dehumidifier.
A little bit. He's country. He's kind of a little bit more of that outlaw style country. He's got several friends in high places. And when some people go, well, how high places are they? He's in Darius Rucker's music video for Beers and Sunshine because they were sitting around drinking one night and Darius goes, hey, you want to be in my music video? And he goes, yeah, sure, why not? So...
Nonchalant. Yeah, no, I'll do that.
Sure.
I guess I can take time with
Yeah, he wasn't hired in to be an actor for this. So it's really cool to be able to get him in still at a good price. But that's one of those names. I post it, and he's probably got 300-400 people that will go, I want to go see him. Half those show up, so we're talking 150 to 200 people show up just for him. Outside of all the other people that are already going to come to the shop,
come to the events
for our party. So, but also I've created a little bit of a demand. Mm-hmm. I haven't had any bands.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden people go, oh, they're having a band.
Yeah, people will come out for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, but they said have a DJ. It has literally cost me, we'll say $1,000 because what I pay for my Spotify for the year.
Yeah, which is
$1,000 for music.
And I have never heard anybody complain. Well, no, I have heard people complain that the music was like, oh, is this a nightclub?
Yeah. So, to clarify on that. There was
I thought it was good music.
Nothing against people. I'm trying to say this and be nice about it.
Nothing against the hog members.
Nothing against the older generation of people that come to the Harley-Davidson dealership. Okay? When I'm having a party outside, I don't want it to be stale. So we had the system was turned up, the system was bumping. I literally had it on a party dance playlist. It wasn't playing techno or anything like that. It was literally playing like
it was more modern hits.
It was playing like The Weeknd.
Yeah. Like stuff that you'd hear on the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff that you literally like top 40 hits right now, with the exception of like Miley Cyrus and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It was good, popular stuff. I also keep it clean because we are family friendly. So it was, it started out with What Is Love?
I was about to say it was What Is Love.
But I did have some older hits on there, but some of these stuff I have on there
it's just
are like
a mix.
current, like they are current like dance remixes.
But it's nothing that you wouldn't.
It's nothing that's a nightclub stuff.
Yeah,
it's stuff that somebody might listen to driving down the road in their car at the same time.
Like if you're in Chattanooga, you'll hear it on maybe Hits 96 or something like that. Yeah, which it plays more modern music.
It is what you would hear on. I know I'm gonna screw his name up. John Garabini's open house party.
Yeah,
that is literally what's playing.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
So
but the mix.
And I only bring that up because the guy said that.
Well, what is it? Isn't it Hits 96 that does John Garabini's open house party?
Maybe.
So, that's a syndicated show, so that's a national thing. So, but it's that. It's
just more modern music. But that's the thing.
They didn't like it. But while they're sitting there complaining, there's about 50 people in the parking lot just running around, throwing their hands up, dancing, having a good time.
Maybe one of those people.
Yeah, and that's the point.
Kept the energy up.
Yeah, because you do. You want to have when you have these events, you want to have people entertained.
Yeah. Well, right after that guy complained, that's when I went and put on Bone Thugs and Harmony. Let's see how much he complains now. So,
Sandstorm.
Yeah, Sandstorm.
So, anyways,
but going back to the
next generation.
The next generation.
So, one of the things that we're going to do is, they're going to come in sometime in August, not into the dealership. Their school starts. They're going to be, teachers are going to go, hey, listen, we're doing some stuff different this year. White Lightning is wanting to partner with us for the entire year. We are going to be still studying other businesses and stuff like that, but we're going to be basically assistant marketing.
Yeah, it'll be something that's continuous throughout the year.
Correct. So, since they come in August, I'll probably go ahead and start them with October. I won't start them with September because they got to kind of start to get a feel for it.
Now, is this going to... I'm not sure.
Because that would only really give them 30 days to figure out what's going on.
I'm not sure about how the class... Is this going to be like juniors and seniors, or is this available to all of the
I think it's only seniors.
Okay. I wasn't sure how their...
So I think this is technically their marketing class. I think it's technically a
senior level class.
Yeah, but what do they call it? Like a senior AP...
Like
or not AP... It's a specialty class. It's like taking like...
Okay, that's what I was curious.
Most high schools require two years of foreign language.
Yeah.
But they offer a third year.
Yeah.
This would be like taking a third year foreign language class. So, the reason I say that as the senior thing is because when they were there in May, everybody in that class the youngest one was 16. A lot of them were 17, and there was a couple 18.
Okay. Right.
So
I was just curious. I wasn't sure. Well, I wasn't sure how the high school actually operates the class. If it's like a general marketing class, which I know high schools offer.
So this is not a general marketing class. So there is like a general marketing.
Yeah.
This is
higher level.
Yeah, their general marketing class is you just literally a marketing textbook and talking.
Yeah. Okay.
This is
It's almost like a case study class.
This is marketing plans and all that other stuff. But that's part of the thing. I'm using this as a case study.
Yep.
Because one of the things that I want them to do is to write down before they ever meet me or come to the dealership or anything like that. Now, some of these kids may have been to the dealership. Some of these kids, their dads or their grandparents,
great-grandparents
might have Harleys. They might know the brand. But I want to know what is their view, their idea, and opinion of the brand. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily White Lightning, but Harley Davidson as a whole before we ever meet them.
Yeah.
And at the end of the year, they're going to resubmit the same thing. And they'll be able to view how their opinions have changed. But we will also be able to view how their opinions have changed on whether we're moving in the right direction for that next generation. This also gives me an opportunity to introduce a lot of people to a brand that they might not know. Because the past 2 years, there's probably been less than 3 students that really know anything about Harley Davidson. They know some of them, they're like, oh yeah, I've got a shirt, bought at a thrift store.
Or you've seen it on TV or something like that.
There was not been a single student that did not know what Harley Davidson was.
Yeah.
So that was a plus.
Yeah.
But a lot of them were like, when they came into their dealership, they were like, I expected to see a bunch of old people.
Depends on what day you go in. But
I'm standing there talking to them. But like they weren't expecting to walk into the dealership and see Scotty standing there selling motorcycles, a 19-year-old girl that's been selling motorcycles for the dealership for 2 years.
Yeah.
Or 20. I guess she's 20 now.
Yeah.
She started right after she turned. Well, actually, technically, no. I think she is still 19, or is she 20?
I thought she was 20 now.
She started. Yeah, she started right after she graduated high school.
Yeah.
Started working. Did motor clothes for like 2.5 months because we didn't have a sales position. Moved to sales, and she's been selling ever since. So it's like, for them to see that, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, this is not what you've seen on TV, some crusty old guy sitting there, covered in oil, peddling motorcycle parts, part of the club.
Well, I mean, our oldest salesman, like by age, salesman. Okay, salesman. Or salesperson, fit specialist, whatever you want to call him. I'm not talking about Craig. So Craig is in his mid-50s. Craig's also a sales manager.
Yeah, he don't count.
Okay, he's been in the business a long time. I'm talking about the people on the floor that you buy bikes from. It's probably Mark.
Yeah.
And Mark is like 36 or 37. No, Amy.
She's all,
I forgot about Amy.
She's in her 40s.
Probably later 40s. But
that's still relatively young.
Well, considering what most people think of when they're coming to a dealership, they're probably thinking a bunch of 60 and 70-year-old men.
Yeah. So
I mean, our general manager just turned 38.
Yeah. And that's we talk about our ages being in the mid-30s. That's not young anymore.
Yeah.
We're not
we're not young, but when relatively speaking for what people imagine when they think Harley Davidson,
we are.
We're kids.
Yes.
I mean, and when I say we're kids, the people in the hog chapter literally talk to me like I'm 12 years old.
Because there's like a 35-year age gap.
And I look at them and I go, I hold your fate in my hands. Be a little bit nicer.
I am the hog wrangler.
So, but like the guys that are in the Romeos,
yeah,
you're talking, some of those guys are 40 years older than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all treat me with mad respect because they come into the dealership on a regular basis and they see that I treat them with respect.
Yeah, well, and that's...
It's the ones that don't come in the dealership on a regular basis. There's some of them that through time, I'll run into them at the grocery store and I'll walk up and I'm like, hey, and stick my hand out and shake their hand. And they've started treating me differently.
Yeah.
Now, because they're like, oh.
I've met you outside of the capacity.
He's pretty respectful. Yeah. You see me pull up on a loud motorcycle with bright colored parts on it and stickers all over it, and you're like, oh, look at this.
This hooligan.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I think of.
That's what they think, though.
Yeah. I know
This
that's what
hooligan.
you think of. So, but anyways.
All my neighbors.
So, we're going to present them with the opportunities. I'll say, hey, our Halloween party's coming up. This is the date. There's no option on the date.
Yeah.
There'll be some times where I go, we're going to do something in January. What should we do? When should we do it? Type deal.
Mm-hmm.
But for like October.
Here's what I found.
Shut up. For October, we'll do it in reference to Halloween.
Yeah.
So some of them might go, well, I would move the date to Halloween. No, that doesn't work.
No.
Because the audience that I'm reaching does have kids. They're not going to come to the dealership on Halloween.
No.
Yeah. Some of them, we typically do the Halloween party the Saturday before Halloween. So you'll have the kids that go, that's when people are going to be trick-or-treating too. I get that. Trick-or-treating is not what it used to be.
No.
So last year we did trunk or treat during the day from 12 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then after 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., I can't remember what time it was, we went to not exclusively adults, but it was
the adult-oriented
mature audience Halloween party. It was literally on the flyer that the party after 6 p.m., it was 6, said the party is for mature audiences. We did like this dark circus theme, so she actually had on there, said kids would be sold Kids will be sold to the clowns. Stuff like that. It wasn't, if someone shows up with a kid, we're not going to turn them away. We just wanted to advise them because we have some pretty cool entertainers. I think I've got them locked. I don't know yet.
But even still, if you had kids there, it wasn't something where you wouldn't even consider bringing children. It was not a nefarious. It was
most of the people that had kids there at night were like, I get why this was geared towards kids.
But it's not something that it's still okay. It's still within reason.
I've had. I know it sounds bad, but I have female customers that would go, well, I can't dress how I want to when I come to the party. Well, no, you can. We're telling people don't bring their kids.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you put it out there basically saying, like, look, this is what it's going to be.
This is
you choose to bring your children.
This is a Halloween
party
for mature audiences only.
Yes.
So, and I think when we did that last year, people really enjoyed it. One.
Yeah.
Two, I think there was I only saw like a couple kids that were like kids.
Yeah. I only saw 2 kids and one was Emma.
So, right, which is the general manager's daughter. There was some other younger people there that were high school age.
Yeah, which is...
But,
which is fine, honestly.
To be honest, what they were seeing at 15, 16 years old at that show, if they couldn't handle it, they probably aren't going to be able to handle life very well.
No. Not at all.
So we had and to clarify that, so for the past 2 years, I've had this group called the Tinderbox Circus Sideshow. Mm-hmm. They do nails into the face, laying on a bed of nails, sword swallowing, those types of things. But the girl that does the show also does a burlesque show. It's a non-nudity burlesque show.
We are in Tennessee. Can't do that.
Right. So that was kind of the thing about it. But people really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Oh, so, I know I enjoyed it. Everybody there.
Yeah.
And you had a big crowd surrounding you.
Right. So that's the thing. Like, with these events, these kids are going to have to learn to think, not for themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think about the audience that they're going to be appealing.
Right. Yeah. So a couple years ago, one of them said, well, why don't you get a rap artist? I listen to rap music and I have no problem with rap music. Problem is, not a big majority of the people that come to the dealership would care for that.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
And it
not saying it's bad, but
yeah.
But it also could hurt further down the road. Mm-hmm. So,
which I am going to see. I'm curious to see how they come to that, because you're talking about high school kids.
Yeah.
They're looking at an audience that is beyond their age for the
right.
most part.
Well,
and it can encompass a wide range.
When I sit there and go, put me together a veterans benefit. None of these kids are veterans.
Yeah.
That you know of.
But it might sound right. It might sound crazy. I have to put together events that are all women.
Yeah.
I have to put together Father's Day. Guess what? I'm not.
Yeah.
So, I have to think outside the box, and I use my resources. I talk to other people. When it comes to dealer rides and stuff, I sit down with Daniel, because Daniel goes on every single dealer ride, and I'm like, hey, what do you think? Where should we go? What should we do? How should we do this? I post those things on the White Lightning's Facebook page. Hey, dealer rides. What would y'all like to see? What would y'all like to do? I also, as much as it sounds like I'm the only one, trust me, I am not at all, poach other ideas from other dealers. And sometimes it's not necessarily poaching, because there is a private Facebook group for marketing managers for Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
It literally has like 400 members in this group. So there's some, like, me and Sean are both in this marketing group, but he's the general manager. He helps me with marketing. And people will post up, hey, I don't know what to do with this. And they look for ideas and they look for opinions, we just had a situation with the custom motorcycle showcase. If you went to a dealer for the custom showcase, thank you for going to your local dealer and partaking in that. There was a lot of stuff on Facebook about, it was almost kind of sprung upon us. We knew something was going on, but it was probably about 3 weeks before that we actually had an idea of what was going on. Hey, guess what? I have events put together long before 3 weeks.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Sometimes. Well, I've had my 4th of July event. I've known I've had the artist booked for the past year.
Yeah. Well, and, some events you
But
can
like
do
that
Yeah.
event, I've had the artist booked for the past year. But I knew we do food trucks and drinks and a live band and fireworks.
Yep.
That's the main points.
Yep. And then everything else.
A lot of
can
this
fall
stuff, it's the main points I know way ahead of time. Other little things I can trickle in. Father's Day. Okay, what are we going to do for Father's Day this year? This year we did something completely different for Father's Day weekend than we did last year.
Yep.
But I think it was a hit. People seem to really enjoy it.
Everybody seemed to enjoy it. You had a lot of people out there that were enjoying
Yeah.
it.
So it's those things that kind of get tossed around and people go, oh, how do we do this? For what we did with that custom showcase, because I had 3 weeks time period, I went, you know what? I've got several motorcycles here that are custom bikes built by White Lightning. I said, I hear people, they look at the paint and they go, oh, that's cool. But this heritage you built over here, that's awesome. So we let them vote.
Yep.
What was their favorite shop build? Gives me the knowledge of what they want to see more.
Mm-hmm. And that helps you guys go forward. Like, hey, maybe we'll do more builds like this one. That's what everybody wanted to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, you know what won?
What?
Was it the deluxe?
No. The Diablo XL.
That makes sense.
So people really like it.
Yeah. That's a good looking
It's
bike.
pretty.
It's a very good looking bike.
Iron Man did really good.
That
got a lot
was,
of votes.
that was my vote.
And Stormtrooper also got a lot of votes too.
I can see that.
So, but we had Cholita. the
Yeah, I
Sawtail.
like Cholita.
A lot of people like Cholita. The Road King did not win.
Yeah.
The Road King came with the least amount of votes.
Did it really?
Really?
I think it was.
The Road King was only on the floor for 15 minutes
That's
of the
true.
entire 4-hour voting period.
Well,
That
it was
is
being
true.
pushed around.
And-
It was, yeah.
And the 15 minutes that it was out there, it still racked in enough votes to put it in 4th place out of 5 bikes.
Yeah. It's a pretty good
It would have won.
Probably.
It
It would've
probably.
won.
That
yeah.
was a very.
Honestly, that's my favorite
So,
one.
but like I said, if you have ideas, on, hey, get the kids to do this, get this information from the kids, holler at me. We have a jump start, which, if you don't know what a jump start is, it's a platform the motorcycle sits on, allows people to start the motorcycle and go through the gears and rev it up and stuff like that. So we have a jump start thing. You have to be at least 16 years of age to do the jump start. So everybody that was in that class that wanted to do the jump start was eligible to do the jump start. And for most of these kids, they've never even sat on a motorcycle before.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting. And all of them were just having the time of their life on that motorcycle.
Well, and you know what? I don't blame them. Obviously, this is a hobby, a passion that we all have for motorcycles, and not everybody shares that.
Yeah.
And you look at a younger generation of people. We've discussed this before. You look at a Harley Davidson. You go to a Harley Davidson dealership. You're not gonna. It's not easily attainable. You have to work for it. You can't just go out there like, oh yeah, well I want to buy this $25,000 motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say too, this podcast is also used in their teaching.
Crap.
Well.
No, so it's not like that. No, they know. Because some of the kids were like, "You're hilarious on the podcast." So what it
Not in
is,
person, but only on the podcast.
Only on the podcast.
yeah, she tells them who I am.
Yeah.
They go and they view my Instagram. They
Your
view
marketing.
the dealership's Instagram. They view Sean's Instagram. She tells them about the podcast because it's something that is marketing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's something that's relatively, within the past 10, 15 years, grown in popularity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as a marketing tool, not just somebody talking to themselves in a basement.
yeah, well, it's Sean and the dealership do a sponsorship on this. They pay for our hosting service, so we don't have to pay for that. because he sees it as a marketing tool. He allows me, there's days to leave early for doing marketing stuff with the podcast. It allows me to be able to Daniel come in my office. We turn the lights off and lock the door.
Put the blinds down low.
Yeah. And record a podcast because it is marketing, because we, there's no surprise to anybody on this dealership, to anybody on this listening to this podcast, that I work for the dealership.
Yeah.
So,
but I really will be curious to see what ideas that they come up with, and even posing the question to them with their preconceived notions of Harley Davidson as a company. With the age, like, what would you do to bring younger
right? Well, some of them at the start are just going to be like, "You need to do something to reach a younger generation," and I'm going to look at them and go, "Okay, what?
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the younger generation. Tell me what would be enticing to you." And we take all those ideas and put them together. But there's going to be times where, and I've already talked to Sean about this, Sean's going to do like video conferences with them in the class where they're presenting ideas for events. And Sean's going to be able to go, because he wants to be able to go, "No, that's not going to work."
Yeah.
And be able to present it. He's not going to be that brash about it. But I mean, when it comes down to it, part of the reason why Sean likes me is because I don't necessarily come to him with bullcrap ideas. I've never came to him with an idea that he doesn't like. I have came to him with ideas that we can't necessarily do at the moment, or we can't do for
various reasons.
Various reasons. There's stuff where it's like, no, we can't do that because that might get a little too risque.
Yep. That's the weather
severe
alert.
thunderstorm.
We have a severe thunderstorm coming.
That's what was popping up on my watch.
But I don't come to him and go, "Hey, let's pay $25,000 and have this band out." I don't do that stuff.
Yeah. Not saying that it wouldn't be good, but it's not something that's feasible.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. So, I mean, that's the point of it. And on top of that, we're going to put it out there so, these kids graduate and they're trying to get somewhere in marketing. And they go, "I took a year of marketing in high school." And I'm going to tell them, put down that you worked this program with a dealership. And if somebody calls, I might not know who the kid is, but I can tell them everything that we did. This is what we did. This is the experience that they've gained through this year of working with us.
Well, and I think I like the idea that the teacher is putting them with. I know they're going to be with other businesses as well, but Harley Davidson, as a company and as a brand, it's a big marketing company.
Yeah.
Because you're selling the lifestyle of riding a motorcycle.
If people don't think Harley Davidson is a big marketing company, okay, then you're mistaken. McDonald's does not sell hamburgers. McDonald's is in the real estate industry.
Yes.
Okay. You can literally, if you Google McDonald's real estate, you'll find more information about McDonald's than you will just by Googling McDonald's. Because if you just Google McDonald's, the only thing you're going to find is where the closest one is to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Harley Davidson. It's like, did you know Harley Davidson is the 5th largest clothing company in the world?
Mm-hmm.
People go, "Oh, so they're a clothing company that sells motorcycles." But if their clothes is marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have just found a way to get you to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And then market for free.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah.
I mean, how many people do you see walking down the street with a Harley Davidson shirt on? Whether or not they ride.
A lot.
So, as a dealer will actually profit on the front end for you to market for them for free.
Mm-hmm.
That's genius. And I'm not saying don't go out and buy shirts now, but if you own a shirt with anybody's logo on it,
You're
it's the
marketing
exact
for them.
same thing. So I'm wearing a dealer t-shirt. Heather's wearing a dealer t-shirt. What is it?
It's the Salty Dog, a restaurant. So I'm marketing for a restaurant.
Yeah, so you bought a t-shirt, so they made money on the front end.
Yep.
For you to now advertise for them for free.
Yes.
People that wear, it's a polo. Okay.
You're
Cool.
marketing
And it
for
has the
Polo.
little polo logo
Yeah.
right there.
Marketing
Well, it's like
for
people
anything.
see it.
That's
anything.
with anything. Any
Yeah.
consumer product that has a name brand on it,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
marketing for that company.
Yeah, the only way you're not doing that is if you're buying a Hanes plain tea.
And people still know what that
Everybody
is,
loves
though.
Hanes. You can't argue with Hanes.
So,
They don't need marketing.
they have Walmart.
Yeah. But I'm excited to see where this leads for you and bringing in a younger generation of individuals into the motorcycling community. Well, Harley Davidson and motorcycling community, because as we've discussed numerous times before, it's people don't look at motorcycles as
Well,
an everyday thing anymore.
right, you have to think about it extremely broadly. As in, this is going like far reach, but stay with me, okay? Say there's
That was a far reach.
say someone attends, they're in this class, they've never thought about motorcycles, period. Now they're open up to the idea of a Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They don't want a Harley Davidson, but they're open up to the idea of it. Down the road, their significant other goes, you know what, I think I'm going to buy a motorcycle. And they think back to that moment, the experiences that they've had with motorcycles, and go, let's go to the Harley shop.
Yeah.
Because they've had a pleasurable experience
connection.
around motorcycles.
They had a connection.
They
They had
have
a
a
connection
connection there. And it's investing and building in that next generation.
Yeah.
Because without investing and building in that next generation, we won't have bikes. It's just like everybody complaining about what Harley's doing with the Nightster and all the Rev Max bikes.
Which those are fantastic.
It's the next generation.
Yeah, which is what they need.
You know, the new CVOs, that's the next generation, bro.
Yep.
So their CVO was always meant for very much a traditional buyer. It's still meant for a traditional buyer. It's just the age of that traditional buyer is the people that now fall into that age and finance class are also people that were born in the 70s and 80s that know Japanese sport bikes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And now you have to compete with
Yeah.
that.
You don't have a whole lot of people going after the new CVO that go, what's Brembo?
Brombo.
Brondo, it's what
Brondo.
plants need. So,
Watch that movie.
but yeah. So like I said, if you got some stuff, let me know. One more thing before we end, because we are an hour in right now.
Well, can we make that two things? I want to talk about leaving your motorcycle outside and letting it get stolen.
Oh,
That needs
If
to...
you leave your motorcycle outside, keep tabs on it. If you're not going to be around it for a while, make sure a neighbor you trust knows about it.
Yeah.
If you have the option of putting it inside, just put it inside.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
And if you got Apple, AirTags are cheap.
AirTag it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you think they can be easily found, it took us forever to find the one that was on the
I had
KTM.
to disassemble the motorcycle to find that AirTag.
So,
That's right.
so yeah, because if you don't understand how AirTags work, as soon as it starts to move, you get a
You
notification.
get a notification.
Yep.
Um,
And you can connect to AirTags if you don't have an Apple device. as
so,
well.
can
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
So the AirTag that was on the KTM, it wasn't even my AirTag. It was a previous owner's AirTag. And every time I would go to ride the KTM, I was getting a notification on my phone that there was an AirTag following me.
I would get one too if it was close.
Yeah.
So,
And you hear it beep a little bit.
yeah. So, the other thing now.
Yes, the other thing.
Okay. Daniel has done something recently.
I did do a thing.
Daniel did a thing.
With the thing.
Daniel has purchased a new motorcycle.
I now own 8 motorcycles.
Yep. Daniel purchased a new motorcycle. I can't remember. You bought a bike from a dealership, though.
I
What was the name of the
did
dealership
buy
you
a
bought
bike
a bike
from a dealership.
What was the
I
name
know
of the
it
dealership?
was White Lightning Harley Davidson.
You bought a bike from White Lightning?
I did.
What?
Hey everybody, this is Sean at White Lightning Harley Davidson. I want to thank you for listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You can reach the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at The Daily Biker, or you can email the podcast at thedailybiker@gmail.com. Be sure to keep an eye on White Lightning Harley Davidson social media pages for the most up-to-date information on all our events and where you can find the boys.